So no doubt this is the one that you've been waiting for. This is sole focus on the core. So we're going to go straight in. We're going to come onto all fours. I'm going to start off in our balancing table. So hands directly underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers nice and wide, knees set underneath the hips. To start with, we're going to send the right leg out, toes tucked, reach the left arm out. Now I want you to float the right foot off the floor. Whenever we're in this position, I want you to really think about keeping the center unit, so your your torso nice and strong. Try not to drop the hips here, so we want to keep that engagement the whole time. If you're finding it hard to balance here, tuck the left toes. But when you're ready, we're going to take elbow to knee round the spine up and then slowly lengthen out. So we want to control every aspect of this. Try not to use momentum. And we're trying to minimize movement in the rest of the body. So if you can feel yourself swaying over to the left, I want you to really squeeze your left glute. Try and keep the left hip stacked on top of the left knee. To get into the abdominal muscles and the hip flexors, when you bring your elbow and knee towards each other, really pull the knee as close to the chest as you can. To create that space to bring the knee through, you're rounding the spine, so think about that cat position. We've got 2 more on this side. Perfect. And then we're going to set it down, take it onto the other side. So left leg goes out, toes tucked, reach that right arm forward. Float the foot off the floor. Make sure you're not arching, dropping the hips to the floor. Core's nice and strong. When you're ready, elbow to knee, and then slowly take it back out. Press the heel away from you, create as much length as you can as you take the arm and leg out. Again, when you bring the knee towards yourself, really think about bringing it as close to the torso as you possibly can. Perfect. 4 more on this side. Remember to breathe. Whenever we do core work, sometimes we have a tendency to hold our breath. But keep that breath nice and steady. Last one. Lovely. Take it down. You're going to kick your legs out in front. So we're going to take it into a few boat poses. To start with, you're going to have your legs bent, soles of the feet to the floor, feet are hip width apart. You're going to reach your arms forward, shoulders stay away from the ears. Now to protect the lower back, slightly curve the spine here, and you're going to float the feet off the floor. So you can either stay here or you can bring your feet so they're in line with the knees. I want you to squeeze your knees towards each other. They don't have to touch, but we just want to try and press everything into the midline of the body. And then try and pull the knees towards the chest. Nice steady inhales and exhales here. Keep reaching the hands forward. I'm going to hold it here for another 2 breaths. You've totally got this. It's just boat pose. Awesome work. As you next exhale, lower the feet down, rest your arms on top, drop your head down. If your forehead doesn't meet your arms, just tuck your chin towards your chest. But try and press the spine away from you. So we just hold it here for a couple more breaths. You're going to lift your head up. We're going to do that again, but this time we're going to push the knees away from us. I will cue you. So this allows us to get a bit deeper into the abdominal muscles, so the lower abdominal muscles. Starting exactly the same way. All I want you to do is squeeze the thighs together and then slightly press them away. Doesn't have to be much of a movement. So you're not looking to get your legs out here. It's just a slight press, really strong in the core. So pull the belly button in. Nice steady inhales and exhales here. If you shake, embrace it. 2 more breaths, you've got this. If you haven't got it, it doesn't matter. Just lower down. Awesome. Exhale, drop it down. Again, round the spine, drop the head down. If you were holding your breath then, nice, slow, steady inhales and exhales now. Final boat, we're going to take it into some twists. So set yourself back up the same way as before. float the feet off the floor. Now knees together, knees stay in the midline. So we're trying to twist from the upper body. So if you notice, if you twist one way, your knees drop out to the side, try and keep them in the center. It doesn't matter how much rotation, we just want to work to your true rotation. So from here, bring your hands together, interlock fingers, point the index fingers. Squeeze thighs towards each other, so you take your hands over to the right, come back to center, over to the left. One more time each way, to the center, to the right, to the middle, to the left, to the middle, hold it here. Separate your hands, drop the feet down, relax your head, hold it here. Again, nice steady inhales and exhales. We're then going to make our way down onto the ground. So you're going to lift the head, reach your arms forward. We're going to take it into our spinal roll down. So curve the lower back, and then one single vertebrae at a time, try and peel yourself all the way down to the ground. Have the chin slightly tucked towards the chest. Now take it to a point of where you feel like you can't control it anymore. That's where we can build mobility and strength. Take it to that point and then lower yourself down. When you make it all the way down to the ground, relax the arms, relax the head. Just have a few breaths here of where you're pressing your spine down into the ground. And then we're going to take it into our next series of core work. So this one we're going to progress as we go along. So start with your feet hip width apart. Right leg's going to go up towards the sky, point the toes towards your face. As always, when we're doing core work lying down, we want to make sure that that movement's coming from the front of the body, so the core's having to work. We don't want to come into an anterior tilt, so where your lower back peels off the floor, because then we're working the lower back muscles, which we don't want to do here. This is never about how close you can get to the floor, it's about using the core correctly, engaging the correct muscles. All we're going to do is slowly lower the right foot down to the ground. And the same speed that we lowered the leg down, we're going to bring it back up. So there can be a real temptation to sweep the leg up really quick, but I want you to work the negative of this movement as well. So the negative is bringing the leg up. Lovely. And just make sure your foot remains in line with the hip as you lower down, that you're not taking the leg too far out or too far over to the opposite side. We've just got two more on this side. I'm going to take it straight into the other side. So when you next bring that right leg up, we're just going to bend the leg, sole the foot to the floor, left leg goes up. Have a quick check the shoulders haven't crept up towards your ears, and then slowly take that left foot down to the ground. Try and point the toes towards you on that left leg. Now when we're working on the left hand side, just be mindful that that right hand side isn't taking some time off. So if the leg starts relaxing over to the side, I want you to try and pull the knee back. So again, the knee is sitting in line with the hip. Keep that lower back pressed to the floor. We've got two more on this side, and then we're going to take it up a level. If at any point you feel like that's not the level for you, just drop it down. This is always going to be your starting point, that you can just continue doing this. Or when I say we're taking it up a level, we're just adding a little bit more tension. So if you're not there yet, that's fine. You're still going to build good core work and strength in those leg lowers that we've just done. So the options are to take the right leg up, take the hands behind the back of the head. You're going to lift the shoulders off the floor, point the elbows towards the legs. We're going to slowly lower that right leg down and then bring it back up. Shoulders stay off the floor the entire time. If you do this and you're finding it hard to keep that lower back down to the ground, then you're going to come back to our first exercise that we did, where it's just your leg moving, shoulders are flat to the floor. Perfect. So you can either stay doing this exercise, or you can release your arms up, reach up. Whatever your stage you're doing, I want you to do 3 more on this side. Nice steady inhales and exhales. Lovely. We've just got one more. And then we're just going to reset. So bend the leg, drop the shoulders, the head down to the floor. Make sure you've set that right foot down in line with the hip. Press the spine back down to the ground if you've noticed you've peeled off. And then take your hands to the back of the head. Left leg goes up, peel the shoulders up, point towards the leg, and then continue on this side. Awesome. Keep the shoulders nice and high off the floor. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. So you can either stay with your hands behind the back of the head if you're in this one, or reach the hands up, keep the shoulders nice and high. 3 more, whatever stage you're at. Keep breathing, relax the face. Lovely. Then we're just going to lower down, take a breather here. Try not to bring the knees into the chest, just come back into that neutral position. So we're going to take it up another level. So this time, both legs are going to go up towards the sky. Take the hands back behind the back of the head, lift the shoulders up. From here, right leg goes down to the ground. As soon as you can feel your lower back arch, that's you've took it to your limit. When the right leg comes back up, left leg goes down. Don't jeopardize your correct positioning of the body just to make it look like you can get your foot close to the floor. That's totally irrelevant. It's all about making sure we're engaging through the correct muscles. Again, relax the face. Try not to bring any tension. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Shoulders remain nice and high off the floor. Awesome. We've got 3 more on each side. You can totally do this. Whew. Feel the burn. Lovely. 2 more each side. Keep those shoulders high. If you need to drop down to our first one, do so. Now, when you next bring the left leg up, I want you to reach the hands up, keep the legs up. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Lower the feet down, lower the arms, take a breather. Well, then you're going to kick the feet off the floor, have the legs bent. Knees are in line with the hips. Try not to bring the knees too close towards the body. Hands on top of the thighs. Now, with as much tension as you possibly can, you're going to press your hands into the legs, legs back into the hands. Lower back is still pressing down. I want you to hold it here for 10. Soften the face for 9. Keep breathing. 8. You've got this. 7. 6, about 60% effort you're pressing in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees into the chest. Awesome work. Slowly rock from side to side. And then from here, however you want to, maybe just swing back up. You're going to come back into a seated position, and there you have it. Short, fiery round of core work. Hope to see you soon.